we're recording you.
I want my mom to know I'm talking.
Very odd.
They'll say, what?
That one might have done by a different email.
Okay.
Yeah.
Letter to
Yeah.
panelists. We
There
have
you go.
quorum.
Yay!
Oh,
Yay!
you might wanna, oh, it's me, that's me, X out of that. Okay.
Okay, I promoted her to panelist. So, there she is. Okay.
I know Adrian can't come, in a dog training class that they had to kinda squeeze in real quick, and it happened to fall on a Thursday, so.
Well, cool. All right. Wanna call it on to order?
Ready? Okay, we're going to begin our meeting of the Urban Forestry Committee for October, and we will start by taking a roll call to establish a quorum. Start down at the end, Julia. You want to state your name?
Julia Evie is here.
Jeanette Isbell, present.
Carol Hannah. And
Carrie, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm here.
okay, so we have a quorum, and the first order of business is to approve the minutes. We have June and July minutes both that need to be approved. I think in the past, we haven't been able to do those because of a lack of a quorum, so hopefully you've had a chance to look at those, or you can right now. Look at them briefly. That'll give you a good update too on what we have to think about.
Did we not have an August meeting or September?
One of
April,
those-
September, and then August we showed up, but we didn't.
Oh,
We did,
Okay,
we just
I
had
remember something.
we just had a club
Yeah,
meeting.
we had a tree club.
We had a tree club meeting that one.
I'm sorry, I only have a copy of the June minutes, but
You've got it on your tablet if you wanna look at that. Yep. I forgot my notes. So if anyone wants to make a motion to approve those minutes, when you're ready.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, those are taken care of. All right, so our old business, we'll start with Julia. If you want to give us an update on getting a tree planted this fall.
Yeah.
Talked with Eric Shell. He said they can do it next week if they want, but they would have to get the markings done first. They have to call it in.
So we have to get the what done?
The markings.
Oh.
He said they have to call it in. That's all I got. But he's ready to do it. He's ready. He said whenever, we can get it done. I said it's really up to you.
Okay. Denise, do we have like a tree ready to go? And
They have one available, and I know that, I've got an email ready to send out to Bluegrass Farms. Someone had mentioned at some point a northern red oak. I don't remember who had suggested that one. They do have that available, so they said that they can, and the good thing on that tree, it's a container. It's a 1.5 inch, so it'll be a nice caliber, nice stock, but it's a container instead of that big huge burlap.
Yeah.
So it'll be a lot more manageable for Ricky or, staff to dig a hole and plant that and let the kids help out with that. We've got 7 other trees that we're gonna be ordering as well. So I've got a few questions on a few of them. But, it might be where we can, I could see if the street department can pick that up first of the week and maybe plan it for Thursday or Friday of next week.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Yeah,
That
that works,
sounds-
so just whatever day works better for Eric,
28th or 29th?
yeah.
Something like that, I'll give them a few days to get that in. and-
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we're good with the red oak?
Yeah,
That's what he requested.
That's what
Oh,
he
he did.
requested,
Okay.
yeah, that's right, yeah.
Now's a
Okay,
good time to
that works
plant
out.
Mm-hmm.
oaks.
Yeah. And then, were we gonna have the town do most of the digging and just have the students like help fill in the dirt? Is that kinda how we were,
Envisioning it.
yeah,
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
They can come and deliver it at the time and.
yeah,
yeah, and that should take them long to, since it's not in a burlap either. it won't
yeah,
take them
so it
long
won't
to
be
dig
as
it.
much, yeah.
Yeah.
Did Eric say where they were gonna plant it?
In the back of the primary.
Oh.
Did he say that they would call him to locate if?
He said they need to call it in.
And they'll need a couple day notice for that.
Yeah,
So they'll probably wanna do that maybe tomorrow, Monday at the latest, but
Okay.
if they could do it tomorrow, that would be
Yeah.
good.
Seems like they're always in town. The locator
Yeah.
people are.
Okay, so who needs to call whom?
811.
And who needs to call them? You want Eric to call them?
Well, I
You
mean,
call
if he
them?
knows where the location of the tree, or
Yeah.
if he
That would probably
wants us to call it,
Okay.
let us need to
yeah,
know.
but he's the one that, yeah,
Yeah,
knows where he
Like,
wants to
what's
put
the
it, so,
specific- Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
So he should probably, just give him a call and have
Relay
him
that to
come
him.
out and check wherever he wants to put it. And then, if he can relay that to you or to Denise to tell the street department exactly where to dig that hole and drop it off. So, that will work out beautifully.
Good.
So that will take care of our Tree City USA. We had to recertify by the 31st of this year, or December of this year. So do you know, Denise, if there is anything, like, do we have to send them a picture of it that we planted it, or to recertify? Cause I know that they've sent me just kind of like update type of things where like, hey, if you wanna recertify for this, you have to do it by the end of the year. So I'm not familiar if we have to send them like proof that we did it,
Yeah.
or if they have someone they send out here.
Yeah, I don't know, I've never done it before, but
Okay.
the application probably would say, you know,
Okay.
and I think it'd be good to get pictures and.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll wanna do that anyway, yeah.
I
Or
think,
put that
yeah.
on social media, and we could always,
Sure, yeah.
snip a picture of the social media and send it along with that
Yeah,
application
okay.
too.
Yeah, I think that in the past, that's what they usually did. I don't, they just have
Right.
a picture of the kids and,
Yeah, something, yeah.
yeah.
So are we making this kind of tree care flyer for educational purposes? Is Eric taking care of that, or is that something we need to do? Is that something we would want to do? I know that was gonna be kind of part of the tree planting, but,
I think we would need to if we're going to. I don't know, what do you think about, sometimes I just wonder about handouts and just creating more
More stuff.
more
Yeah.
waste than we do.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know, I mean, what do you think?
What we found out in the past is you want to do handouts, but then, like you say, you kind of get to that point, and then you give it to the kids, and then hopefully the kids give it to their parents, type thing, but then you never know after that, whatever. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
kind of one of
Yeah.
those, exactly like you said, it's a good thing.
Well,
Don't
we-
get me wrong, but I guess I could see it, a tree care type handout being more beneficial to people who really wanted it. I guess
Yeah.
that's what I want to say, because the kids bring home all kinds of stuff from school every day,
Yeah,
and I just wonder how much the parents actually,
yeah.
Could we just give them
I think we've got
access to the
pencils.
website
I
to,
think we have pencils too.
those pencils
Pencils?
are great.
Yeah, don't they have the I love
Yeah.
Pendleton trees?
My
It's
my roots are in Pendleton. They're great.
I
See
like
that?
that better than I do
Yeah.
a piece of paper that is probably gonna just end up in the trash can.
Yeah, no, I
Did he say
completely
it's gonna
agree.
be just don't know if we'll have for the entire school.
He was thinking
but-
having A grade level go out.
A
He's
grade
not
level.
sure which one, but last we talked about it, he was thinking
We
he'd
should at
like.
least have 100 pencils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you the box today.
Okay.
And
Okay,
that's what we
great.
Cause don't you
Yeah.
have it back in your office?
I have one, and then I think Kayla's got one.
Okay,
yeah.
so we've got
Okay,
plenty.
okay,
So
yeah.
I'll give that to you and that'll kind of.
Yeah.
They're
see a
really
little
cool
something.
pencils. We passed them out before, and I think, you know, the kids,
Yeah,
I think most of them are old enough to where they kinda get it, you know, so.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. That takes care of that.
Do you want us to just send an email out when we get the confirmation of the planting time and date, and if you want to, you're free to want to.
yeah, I'd like to be there if I can.
Me too, if I can.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah,
So-
that sounds good. Okay, anything else with that before we move on? Okay, so, I did just wanna touch base, the Arbor Day Foundation did send me their, I think it's a quarterly newsletter, mostly focuses on, rehabbing and replanting, areas that are affected by disasters, which I know there was a tornado here, I think 2 years ago, last year.
It was Labor Day a year ago, wasn't it?
Memorial Day.
Or Memorial Day a year ago, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2019.
yeah,
oh, 2019,
19,
okay.
yeah.
So I can copy that and send it out if you'd like. It mostly just talks about how they're really trying to focus on disaster-stricken areas, cause climate change is making things a lot
Mm-hmm.
more severe, and the trees are taking a beating, so they're trying to get in as many of those areas as they can to repair and replant. So that's kind of, an update on that. I do think, oh, I can't quite remember the name, but I think I have like a meeting that I could possibly set up with someone. I think they're doing a seminar, but I completely forget what day it is. So that's all on that. I also wanted to just add on here, I think it might be beneficial if instead of 7 members, we have 5. That's just a suggestion. I don't know what you guys would think of that, to just kind of, make it easier to get a quorum. Any thoughts on that?
We usually don't have more than 5 anyway.
Right.
Well, it
Yeah,
used to be
so-
5. I think it used to be 5 anyway.
Yeah, 7 does seem like a lot for what
Yeah.
we're doing right now anyway.
I was looking in the, like the establishment of the tree committee,
Mhm.
and, it looks like historically it's been like the 7,
Yeah.
but I don't really see any reason why it needs to mimic the other commissions and boards that we have. It's a
Mhm.
little bit more unique.
Well, and we've been talking too about getting involvement from other people that aren't necessarily, they don't have to be on the committee, but, you know, for specific projects,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
getting a group of people so that they're not having to make a commitment to be,
yeah.
you know, 3 years of a
Right.
commitment. That seems sometimes kind of hard to, I guess they're 3-year. Are they 3-year?
It is 3-year,
3-year.
but the way it's worded is a little confusing to me. It's like the first person appointed is like 1 year, and then the next
Oh, they were
person's
staggering it so
2
that
years
everybody,
or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
So, there is that, and then,
I think it's just getting harder
Yeah.
to get people to wanna make a commitment for
I
that
agree.
period
Well,
of time.
that's what I was saying, is
Yeah.
that we could have non-voting members, like if people wanted to come on and help with a certain project
Yeah.
or something, just kind of, you have the 5, and then you can have
Have our,
non-voting members.
or kind of, yeah, or our kind of ad hoc committees as,
Yeah.
for whatever the project
Like a
happens to be.
consultant type
Yeah,
role.
or a steering committee or
Yeah.
something like that. I think that sounds like, do we have 5 members right now?
Yes.
Okay,
Cause
so
we were
that-
looking to fill the 2
Two,
members
yeah.
that stepped down, but we were just kind of thinking,
Maybe we don't
kinda
need to
hard
do
to
that.
get, you know,
Yeah.
in here in the first place, maybe if we just make it smaller. And, I was also gonna propose doing instead quarterly meetings, quarterly and as needed.
Mhm.
Just because I know certain times of the year there's no planting going on, and probably no big projects of any
Yeah.
sort. So, those are some things to think about. I need to get into the, logistics of it to see what our next steps would be. I think we just have to pass it through town council, and then Jeff probably amends an ordinance of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it would be too difficult. I just need to kind of get in the weeds for
Yeah,
the crossing the Ts and dotting the Is on it.
I think that sounds like a
I
good
do too.
idea, yeah.
So again, I don't know if that's something where we would vote on that right now, since we have quorum. Jeff, do you have any input on that?
Sorry, it's Shanna. Hi, guys.
Do
You
you
know,
could vote like right now to, amend the,
I'm not sure because I know it like has to go through town council, like the ordinance change.
right,
So yeah, I don't really know if this board would need to vote on it.
okay, it would just kind of go, we would just kind of
I
hey, here's an amendment, please vote on it.
I think I I don't know. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. We can just figure that out, but I
Yeah.
didn't expect anything to change this meeting, just kind of looking for some direction on it.
Yeah, that's about as far as I know, but I can look into that and see what this board needs to do in terms of changing the number of members.
Yeah, and if you just wanna, and also if you can change it to like a quarterly or as needed.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can- And if you just wanna email me that info, and then I can go from there.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, perfect, thanks Shanna.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else, I don't know, board-wise that you kind of wanna see differently, or would make it more efficient, or projects that you'd like to focus on? Kind of coming into the new year, I wanted to kind of plant that seed in your head.
I'm still
right, we
interested in the,
Memorial?
memorial, assisting or
Yes.
taking over parts of the memorial tree, issue. I know it,
Yeah,
I know they're really busy over there, in the park, and I think there could be a lot of ways that we could assist them,
yeah.
without overloading either one of us, or anything.
Yeah.
And I just think it would be, I just think that would be a good joint, thing to do.
Good venture, absolutely. I agree. And then, so I guess that memorial tree issues, do we have any other pending sort of projects?
Well, we had talked too, I was looking back on our notes about having a subcommittee for the Arbor Day observance, or whatever, whatever we need to do in order to continue to
Continue to be.
being
The, Tree City,
a
you were
tree
saying?
city, yeah. And that would be a good reason to not have to have monthly meetings, but if these subcommittees could meet and know that we're,
On track
Mhm.
with it?
yeah,
Yeah,
moving
just-
forward with and keep it a smaller group that are
Yeah.
taking care of the things, and then the quarterly meeting would be more just updates on, okay, here's where we are, here's what the subcommittees have done.
Mhm.
So we had the Arbor Day and the Memorial Tree. It seemed like we had one other
Yeah,
kind of subcommittee that we had talked about. That's what I was looking back through my notes. I forgot to bring my notebook that had all my handwritten notes, but I can go back and look and see because it
Yeah.
felt like we had
I know, I agree.
three subcommittees that we had talked about maybe trying to form.
Education.
I don't know. I don't know if but that would be another reason to bring in, we could bring in people that are interested in that part, other people that might be interested in the memorial tree, but don't have to be on our committee in order to participate.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll have to go
yeah,
back
I've
and
got a
look,
lot
and we can kind of,
this was back in June.
I walked out without my, but we can
Arbor Day
kind of,
Committee, tree planting, then there was, and memorials, what I've got.
Okay.
Arbor Day Committee, tree planting, and memorial.
so the tree planting
committee.
maybe we just had as a separate.
Yeah. That's what I've got. That
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily mean that's what
Okay.
happened, but.
Well, let me, when I get, I'll look at my notes too, I could
Yeah, just shoot me
maybe
an
send that to
email.
you, and
Yeah.
then, cause that's maybe something we could kind of finalize, what, cause we're in November, we probably won't have a meeting in December, I'm guessing, I mean, what date would that fall on? Christmas Eve?
Christmas. Thanksgiving in November, Christmas.
Well, yeah, when is the,
Oh, shoot.
is the third, okay, we'd be okay in
The
November,
next
but-
meeting would be November 18th.
Yeah, I guess we could have one in December, but,
But
yeah, so that would be a good agenda item for next month, is to kind of finalize the subcommittees that we wanna have,
Yeah.
and then, maybe get people to agree to be,
And you might
Yeah,
wanna do
heading that.
some, homework and just like bring a list of people to the table maybe you've chatted with or that you think might be interested,
Mhm.
in kind of being in those subcommittees, and you can
Yeah.
kind of, I don't know, maybe connect with them and
yeah, just start to,
start to think about
Mhm.
who
yeah,
you'd wanna be
who
on
that would
those
be, yeah.
subcommittees. Yep. Okay, was there anything else that you wanted to discuss, any news or projects that, in the pipeline or anything?
You said you were gonna get some more trees, where are those gonna be planted?
They are replacing trees that had, not made it.
Made it,
that
yeah.
had died. There's two kind of in front of Perky's, and,
were those the lilac trees?
I don't know, I didn't know the species of them. They'd have pulled them out before I went to go look at the site today. It's, Edward Jones and Perky's.
Yeah,
There's two
okay.
there, and then there's two pretty much kind of across the street there at the depot parking lot. Almost not directly across, but,
Mhm.
so there's four in that area, and then we lost one tree from the spring that sits in front of Fallsburg. It was a brilliant serviceberry that,
Oh.
we'll replace as well.
Yeah,
And then there was a family that had hoped to have been a part of that project a year ago, and we were able to knock off most of them this past spring with some plantings in the right of way. But this one, they had a couple of tree preferences that the DNR wouldn't allow as part of their grant, so we could look at that in the fall. And they're actually going to be planting choke cherry trees. It's a Canadian red choke cherry. They're really pretty, and they create a real, like a pink, white flower in the spring, and then it's green in the or the summer, and then in the fall they turn purple, and it stays purple leafed all winter long.
Oh.
So that'll be over here on 131 North Main. They had lost a couple trees a while back. The town had to take them out, and they'd asked if they could be replaced, and then it just didn't. I think they kind of got missed in that project a year ago, and
Mhm.
so.
I think they they lost a couple from a tornado too.
Yeah.
was that Kate?
Kate, we were able to take care of hers in the spring, but at Evie's.
Oh, okay, oh, yes,
Claudia,
Yeah,
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 several pretty
Yeah.
red brick home there.
yeah,
So.
Ely, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had some
I think-
funds left over.
I still remember the first newscast I saw of the tornado. It was Bob Ely walking down the street, and it looked like, I mean, you couldn't even tell where.
Couldn't
If I
recognize
didn't
it.
know it was Bob Ely, I could not identify where it was.
I
It was-
still, when I
We were at
come,
our neighbor's, and he
Yeah.
had a generator,
Yeah.
so we could watch TV.
when,
I
when,
gotta look at some pictures of this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like, I mean.
when I still, when I come down South Main, or North
North Main, yeah.
Main, heading south.
Yeah,
And you're sitting there at the stoplight, and you look to the north, and it's like, where am I?
Yeah.
You know, it just, it
I
is
drive that
so-
often enough that I've gotten used to it
Yeah.
now, but yeah,
Oh
it
my
took
gosh,
a while
it's
to.
like I
Yeah.
don't know, they were such landmarks, you just expected to see
Yeah.
them.
How many did it take out in that
Oh,
particular
a lot.
spot?
They got
and
hit.
they were big trees.
Yeah, they were giants.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's, yeah, it was pretty
One
ugly
was
down there.
175, and then they projected close to
200
Yeah.
altogether, yeah.
There's a
Big
video
old
on
trees,
the
too.
website.
Yeah, yeah,
It's pretty cool.
I'll remember.
Have you had an opportunity to talk to anybody about, remember that family that I called you about about the tree? Have you had any?
Aaron and Bobby was supposed to follow up with
Okay,
that.
good.
I've not heard.
I haven't heard any,
outcome on that
yeah,
one.
I haven't heard anything either, but
Yeah.
I just wondered if,
They did have to refund the second family.
did they?
Yeah. So I'm hoping that they were able to get that one
Yeah,
saved.
yeah.
She replied back and said that they were gonna follow up with them,
Good.
give them that information. Yeah, I think they're struggling, and I think.
Oh, I'm sure they
some
are, yeah.
Help that we can get to make that program.
Yes, I
I'm just
agree.
wondering if we have a replacement, if we needed to add another member, if somebody from the park would be an appropriate member of our committee. Since they're so, I mean, they're so
Intertwined,
intertwined
yeah.
with
Yeah.
what we're doing.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
If we're, well, next time we have, I don't know who's up for, if anyone's, maybe we need to have 6 members. Or, yeah, I mean, cause how many times we're talking about talking to the park
Yeah,
or
park stuff.
park
Right.
stuff, yeah,
Yeah, we'll have that nice liaison.
Yeah.
yeah,
Can't remember if Bobby lives in town or not, I don't know, cause I have to.
yeah, it'd be somebody that lives in town, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe one of the park board.
Or, that's what I
members.
was wondering, one of the park board members, or one of the
Steve?
friends of the park members? I don't know, I mean, just some connection.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great idea, for sure. That way coordination will be
Yeah,
a little bit easier.
a little bit easier, yeah.
Working on that. Just trying to think if there's anything else. All right, well, we have got a few things to look at, review. Carrie, did you have anything?
No, I don't have anything else.
Okay, well, if there's nothing else, we don't have anything else on the agenda.
Okay, we'll adjourn,
Okay.
we can do that. And hopefully see everyone next week at the school.
Yeah. I don't think we have any field trips next week at the pumpkin patch.
Oh,
So what's the information about this, like the time and date of the school? Is that going to be sent out? Because I'm sure you said it, but I missed it.
no,
Yeah.
we didn't set, we haven't set it yet, so,
Okay,
yeah, as soon as that gets finalized, just send us an email.
okay. Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to go.